Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Bear River Blogger, and as you can see, if you're familiar with the Bear River Migratory Bird Refuge, we're standing just outside the gate, down where the auto tour route starts, and we're going to go around the auto tour route here in a few minutes and do a quick little update on the conditions out here and what's going on with the birds and the refuge out here. It's been about a week since I've been out here, and a lot has changed, mostly because of the weather. We've had a lot of up and downs this winter. It has been kind of cold for a couple of weeks, and the last 3 days it's been up in the low 60s, and even the river's thawed out. So a lot of things have changed. So I'm thinking there's not going to be a lot of ice, if any, which is going to change the bird watching out here for tundra swans and also for the bald eagles. So that's kind of what we're going to go look at and see what's going on. I don't expect to see a whole lot otherwise, because it's still a little early for a lot of migratory birds to show up. But right now, in February, the two main birds everybody comes and looks at are tundra swans and bald eagles. So that's kind of what we're going to go look at and see what's changed out there with this crazy weather we've been having. So before we get started, let me ask you if you have subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button and share it with your friends. If you've got any questions about the bird refuge, put them in the questions down below, the comments down below, and I'll see if I can answer them for you. If you've never been to the Bear River Migratory Bird Refuge auto tour route, there will be a link in the description below on just on my website about the auto loop, to give you a little bit more information on what it's like and what it looks like and stuff. And as always, if you guys are looking for something for a gift for somebody, visit our apparel website, Bird Shirts and More. We sell t-shirts and hoodies with birds and butterflies and that kind of stuff, kind of a nature themed line of apparel. There'll be a link down in the description below, and we also have one that's kind of themed around the Bear River Migratory Bird Refuge. So it helps the channel out, it helps our website out, and so forth. So if you're in the market for a gift for yourself or somebody else, give it a shout out, or give the website a look, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're gonna head around and take a look at, see what's going on, and stop at a couple places and show you what the conditions are out here. So let's get going. All right, the first thing I want to show you guys, and this is probably the most common question I get this time of year, is what the gravel road is like. Well, as you can see, it's not in very good shape in spots. There's a lot of potholes in it, and we're just barely, you can see we just barely got on the auto tour route, and there's the maintenance shed. So we're just right where it starts going one way. And this is what happens this time of year, is because all the use during hunting season, wintertime, with all the bird watchers and all the hunting to come out here, this road gets beat up pretty bad, and there's not a lot they can do about it because the ground's frozen, the gravel's frozen. They just can't do much about it. So until usually in March, before Swan Day, they can try and get it graded, gravel, and cleaned up and nice and smooth. But right now in February, it is pretty rough. And there's some spots that are worse than others, some spots better than others. You can see there's quite a lot of potholes here, and this is actually not the worst spot on the auto tour route, but it's not the best spot either. But this is what you got to contend with this time of year, is just got to dodge a lot of potholes. I drive it slow and just kind of work my way around them in my car. But this is the conditions of sections of the auto tour route in February, because there's not much else they can do about it. So you just got to be careful and just kind of dive around the potholes. So. But that's kind of what to expect off and on all the way around the auto tour route, is just this kind of hit and miss potholes. So keep that in mind if you come out in the bird refuge before early spring, when they can get the road graded and graveled. You're going to have some pretty rough spots, but it is what it is. Just kind of the way it is the time of year. So that's the first thing I want to show you, is the road is rough in spots, but I still come out. I'm just careful. I just drive slow and just work my way around the potholes. So. But that's the condition of the auto tour road itself. It's in places it's pretty bad, but nothing they can do about it this time of year. So let's move on and see what we got going on a little further down the road. All right, we have made it down to, we're on the northwest corner of the auto tour route. I think they call it Unit 2C, and as you can see, it's still frozen. So there's still some ice out here. This is actually one of my favorite places to come and photograph, is on this northwest corner here. This little pond in here, and near the spring, is actually not a bad place to come look for tundra swans. And then you get shorebirds and other birds in here later in the year. But this is one of my favorite places on the refuge. You can see we're just standing standing on the Auditory route, and I usually park just right along here somewhere and sit along this ride. And I've seen pelicans in here, get some good shots of pelicans. But this is what I wanted to see. There's still some ice out here. So this is kind of one of the areas I want to check out. But, you know, it is what it is. Not seeing a whole lot of birds. What I have seen is mostly waterfowl, mostly ducks. A lot of variety of ducks and Canada geese. Red-winged blackbirds, as you can just see if you just heard that, they're starting to sing already. Pied-billed grebes, northern harriers. That's pretty much it. I can hear tundra swans over there to the south of me, which is where we're headed. That's where we usually find them. So I'm expecting to see some tundra swans out there, and I'm curious to see what the ice situation is, since this hasn't completely thawed out, which I thought it would be with how warm it's been. You can see over here, this is unit 1. This is the closed area. This is where a lot of the tundra swans will sit, is over there. And I can't see much over there. I can hear a lot of tundra swans back this way. But as you can see, there's still ice out there, but there's a lot of open water too. So it'll be interesting to see what we find. The more open water this time of year, it makes it kind of harder for the tundra swans because they can spread out more. They like sitting on the ice. They like sitting on the edge of the ice, and then they get in and feed and get back out and sit on the ice during the day. So when the ice is gone and it's all open water and there's just a few birds, like there's probably a couple thousand swans here, like when I was here last week, they can spread out a lot, so it's hard to find them. It's hard to get close to them. So it'll be interesting to see what the ice situation is. And also when the ice comes off, there's no places for the bald eagles to sit, so you won't be able to see a lot of bald eagles out here if a lot of the ice has come off on the south side, which that's kind of the downside of the ice coming off early like this, which usually doesn't come off till like mid to late February. But we've had several days of low 60s, so I'm surprised there's still ice out here. But this is kind of a crazy winter we've had. But so far, that's what we're seeing, is not a lot of birds. There is a little bit of ice, so that's about it. So let's head around to the kind of the west section over there and kind of see what's going on over there, see if there's anything's different, and then we'll head over to the south side and see if we can see if the swans are anywhere where we can see them. So let's go hit the next spot. Okay, just want to do a quick little stop here, because as I was driving down the road, I'm on the west section of the Auditory route, and on this section right here, when I came down, I was surprised. There's actually 2 sandhill cranes sitting on the road here, and then they flew off out west there, and I didn't get a very good picture of them because by the time I could get my camera out, they were already way over the marsh. So, but that's kind of interesting. I didn't expect to see sandhill cranes out here, so that's kind of a very, very nice surprise. Sometimes you see things out here that you don't expect to see. I didn't really expect to see sandhill cranes out on the bird refuge the first week of February, but there's 2 of them out here at least. So keep your eyes open when you come out to the bird refuge. You never know what you're going to see. I just saw 2 sandhill cranes I didn't think I was going to see today, so that's kind of cool. So I just want to stop and let you guys know that I did see some 2 sandhill cranes. So let's keep going down to the kind of the southwest corner. All right, we've made it down to, we're just on the west side here, and I want to stop and show you this. There's still ice and water, kind of pockets of each. But when I pulled in here, there's kind of a few swans sitting on this ice here. They've kind of walked out further, maybe about 100 yards or so. But there's some tundra swans right here, probably 30 yards away from the cattails and the phragmites here just a few minutes ago when I pulled up. But they're kind of shy. They don't like to be close to the road when there's people on them, so they're kind of walking away on the ice. And there's some more swans over there and a bunch of ducks. So there's some birds out here on the west side of the Auditory route. And I know I'm the first one around here because I'm seeing a lot of birds standing on the Auditory route when I drive. So I'm pretty sure I'm the first person out here today. So I get to see all this cool stuff. You can see there's some Canada geese there, but so it looks like the ice hasn't completely come off yet, which is good, because when there's these patches of open water and ice like this is what the swans love, because they love to get in there in the water and feed, and they tip up and pull out the roots and the aquatic vegetation, and then when they're done, they like to get out on the ice and just kind of hang out during the day. So this patchwork of open water and ice, it's really the best place when you see this. This is where the best place to find the swans hanging out, and that's where I found them. Found a few of them here. So we're going to go around the the south side and see what the ice situation is over there, because that's usually where I see most of the swans. But where it's kind of starting to break up like this, I think we're going to start seeing a little more pockets of swans here and there, instead of like two big flocks like I did last week when there was just a little bit of open water. But this is what to expect in February when the ice starts coming off. You start finding these little pockets of open water, and you start seeing the swans, and they start spreading out a little bit. So let's head around to the south side of the altitude route and see what the ice conditions, and see what the birds are doing. What the birds are doing over there. So, all right, we are on the kind of the southwest corner here, and the reason I stopped here is I was hoping to get a little footage of, there was a whole bunch of, like a dozen great blue herons standing on the road right here, but they all flew off before I could get out of my vehicle, and some of them were flying across the water there, and some of them flew out that way. But there was a whole bunch of great blue herons standing on the road. There's a lot of gulls, a lot of ducks out in the water. There's swans all scattered out through the water. There's mostly open water, but there is still some pockets of ice. But there's a lot of birds here. So this is kind of nice to see. The swans are kind of, looks like they're probably in little family units, I'm guessing. So they're kind of scattered all throughout the water. And it's hard to say how many there are, but there's quite a few swans here already. So they're body bend. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more great blue herons that just got up, and some more. Ooh, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another dozen or more great blue herons just got up down there. Where all those, I don't know if you can see it in there with my phone. There's a lot of gulls flying around there, but I just had a bunch more great blue herons get up. So there's a lot of great blue herons sitting on this corner here. So there's a lot going on right now. You can probably hear the swans over there. There goes a couple more great blue herons getting at. So I haven't seen any great blue herons till now, but on this southwest corner, which is about, we're a couple hundred yards from where the boat launch is, if you're familiar with this area, there is quite a few great blue herons sitting out here for some reason, all kind of bunched up together. So that's kind of weird, but not much going on the north end, but on this south side, the southwest corner, all kinds of good things going on. Like I said, a lot of ducks. A lot of ducks looks might be migrating back through early. There goes a couple more great blue herons actually. May have had some more tundra swans move in with how warm the last week or so has been. Who knows? But there's quite a few tundra swans out here for being the first week of February. So I didn't see much on the north end, but boy, there's quite a stark difference here on the south end. But this is where most of the open water is, so that's understandable. When you get the open water, you're going to get the birds. But it's just so nice being out here. The video doesn't do it justice, really. There goes another great blue heron. I don't even know how many I've seen so far today. 30 or 40 maybe, just in this one section right here. But that's what's going on the bird refuge right now. Looks like things are starting to change a little bit. Like I said, we've had a little bit of warm weather, so water's opening up. Might be a few birds actually moving back. Usually waterfowl are the first species of birds that move in, and then you start getting the shorebirds and then the songbirds and stuff. But it's starting to pick up a little bit. As you can see, this section of the auditory route isn't too bad. It's not as got as many potholes in it as some of the other sections. I know on the way out there's still a few sections that are pretty bad, but this section here isn't too bad. So it's kind of hit or miss on the road here where you have to watch the potholes, but there's plenty of birds out here today. There's another great blue heron way out there where those gulls are. So we're going to drive down there to take a look, see if there's any of them left. I didn't expect to see that many great blue herons out here when I saw the swans, or otherwise I would have tried to get up on them, but they didn't look like they're going to sit for very long, so it probably wouldn't have worked out. But that's kind of the update. A lot of swans, a lot of ducks, a lot of gulls. Saw a lot of great blue herons. Did see a couple of bald eagles, but the ice is coming off, so you won't see a lot of bald eagles sitting on the ice because there just isn't any ice for them to sit on. But you'll see them. Like I saw one fly over, and I did see a couple on the ice over there when I saw the first batch of swans, but there's not a lot of ice left for them to sit on. So what you're going to see in bald eagles are going to be passerbys, I think. So, but that's it. If you got any questions, drop them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. I'd like to get out here at least once a week, maybe a couple times a month. But my goal is to get out here once a week and do a little, there's a bald eagle out there where the great blue herons were. Try to get out at least once a week and do these little updates. And then when it picks up, maybe come out even do videos more frequent. So we'll see how it goes. But if you like these video updates, these little updates on what's going on in the Bear River Bird Refuge, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your bird watching friends. And follow us at bearriverblogger.com, and you can find us on Instagram, and we also have a Facebook page there as well. And we will catch you on the next video update.